While we're battling one infectious disease, there's still another yet to have a vaccine. It's a sexually transmitted disease and it's HIV. Thrive Alabama hosted its first ever Stomp Out HIV event at Big Spring Park today. Our Ayanna Willoughby talks with advocates about the importance of knowing your status.
Ahead of National HIV Testing Day, Thrive Alabama partnered with several organizations to give free HIV tests. The Stomp Out HIV event also had a COVID-19 mobile vaccination clinic.
Stomp Out HIV is a community gathering to celebrate or honor National HIV Testing Day, which is tomorrow, Sunday the 27th.
A speaker who says they are HIV positive offered encouraging words to the crowd in efforts to reduce the stigma surrounding the virus.
It's an imperative for all of us to know our status. This moment that you have before you to access an HIV test could be the most important decision you make in your life.
1 in 7 HIV positive people do not know their status. Talking about HIV is one thing, but identifying it is harder than it looks. Most times the virus is asymptomatic until it progresses to AIDS. We asked people at the fair to describe HIV in plain terms.
I don't know what it stands for, but I know it's a sexually transmitted disease, yes.
HIV is a communicable disease that's transmitted through blood-to-blood contact.
HIV, if I'm remembering right, is human immunodeficiency virus. So it is a virus that folks can contract.
And it's usually transmitted through either sexual risk or something related to substance use.
Doctors say symptoms of HIV include chills, night sweats, and fatigue. Getting tested is the best way to know for sure whether or not you have it. The CDC recommends that everyone over the age of 13 gets tested for sexually transmitted infections at least once a year. Putting the Valley first, Ayanna Willoughby, WZDX News.